Do this and do this together. Let's get started with class. Welcome to our postnatal yoga and Pilates class. It's live. I'm Min Young, if you don't know me already, and I'm really happy to have you here. The intention of these classes is that you feel better afterwards, and that's it. So that's going to mean something different for everybody. Obviously, we're all in different stages. Our toddlers are all kind of in their different ages. So please take it as take this class easy. Make sure it feels good as you're going through it. And if you ever have any questions or things that are confusing, please just let me know in the comments and I'll do my best just to get back to you. So today we are going to focus on three things. Number one, we're going to focus on always opening up the shoulders and the upper back area. I know this is really stiff for a lot of moms. You're here always. Two, we're going to go through that core connection breathing. We did that last week, but we'll always be reviewing this because this is the foundation of your core strengthening. And number three, we're going to be doing some therapy ball work. If you have yours, I think I mentioned in the group that you need them for today. But even if you don't have our therapy balls, you can just use whatever is around the house. Even a tennis ball will work. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to place the balls away. We're going to start with our kind of a review of the first video that we did to open up your shoulders and to kind of start that way. So please get yourself to a wall, or you can even use the back end of a chair or even on the crib. So you just place the hands wider than shoulders distance. You're going to pull your hips back. We'll take an inhale in to prepare. And then as we exhale, you're going to bend your knees a little bit and start to very slowly sink your chest down towards the floor. So if you've watched this first video, you know that this can get intense quickly. Make sure it feels nice. You're also going to make sure that you correct your own alignment starting from your lower back. Also, that rib cage is going to pull up. We'll take a breath in through your nose. Exhale out through your mouth. Do two more, inhaling in, exhaling out. And every time you exhale, you're going to ask, not force, but ask your body if maybe it wants to sink down a little bit more or not. Take one more breath here. Exhaling out. And then slowly bend your knees, starting from your pelvis. You're going to scoop and round to come up, back to standing. If you feel a little bit dizzy up top, don't worry about it. Take a breath here. We'll do this one more time. And I'm going to give you the option of either doing it just like we did this way. So we're either here, or the second option that you might have seen in that first video is to take your palms. Can you see this here with the curtain? To take your forearms this way, so your forearms are looking like this at the wall, yes? I know there's a curtain here, but we will make do. Here, hips coming back, you're bending the knees, and we're going to take 5 breaths either here, making sure this and that is corrected. If this is too intense, go back to here. Breathing in. Exhaling out through the mouth. If you remember your core connection breathing, let's get in that. You can relax your head, relax those shoulders. And then slowly, let's bend the knees. You're going to round. And we're coming all the way up. And we're going to start with that generally because I know that to kind of get more into your core, we're going to open up your shoulders first. So after that's done, I'm going to come a little bit closer to the camera. And here, we're going to practice again that core connection breathing. Remember, it's really with the rib cage that we're focusing. So place your hands around your rib cage. And what we're thinking about, because obviously the alignment, especially right after you're giving birth, yes, it still looks slightly this way. So remember that rib flare. You're going to work to exhale, bring the ribs down towards the pelvis as that lower back scoops under. So let's try it together. We're going to inhale laterally through your nose. Good, and then exhaling, open the mouth. The ribs come together in the front. And down towards the pelvis as we stand a little bit taller and longer. Again, inhaling through your nose. Open the mouth. Like that Darth Vader voice. Ribs in and down. So it should feel like a corset kind of tightening around the center. 2 more. Open the mouth, relax the shoulders, relax your face. And then we'll take last one this way, inhaling in through your nose. Open the mouth. And if that just feels a little bit weird because you're at home by yourself, don't worry about it, yes? Again, this is your foundation to starting to really get back to your center, connected to your core. So this, and that was your homework, your door core. So this is what you're going to be practicing throughout the next part. Yes? So we did our shoulder opening, we did our core connection breath review, and now we're going to go into one of my favorite poses of all time. This is your downward facing dog, but we're going to make this specifically for postnatal because it's a little bit different, and specifically to open up this part, all of this achiness in your upper back. So wherever you are, you don't even need a mat, just come down to the floor. So here, your downward facing dog is going to start a little bit differently. Your hands will go wider than shoulders distance, especially if you know that your shoulders are really tight and achy. Take them wider apart, and your hands are actually going to turn out slightly. Yes, I know in some of the other alignments we have the fingers, the middle fingers pointing at 11s, but for today and for your postnatal, we're going to turn them slightly out. So hands wider than shoulders distance apart. We're here, your knees are slightly wider, your feet are also slightly wider than hips distance apart. Now from here, with your breathing, take an inhale, the core connection breath through your nose. As we exhale, remember that rib cage, so you're not here. If you can lift your pelvic here for support, beautiful, but if not, no worries. We're going to lift you up and all the way back to your downward facing dog. When you get to your downward facing dog, our focus for this downward facing dog is your spine. So here, everybody is going to bend your knees a lot. If your hamstrings are really talking to you, bend your knees and then really stretch and lengthen through your spine here. Yes? It does not matter if you can bring your heels down to the floor. What we're looking for is a long spine. Pressing your fingers down into the mat, making sure there's no space between your fingers, your hands, and the mat. And then here, extra credit if you can get it, if you can take those ribs and pull them up towards you. So your ribs are not just hanging down towards the floor, yes? It's that same core connection breathing. So think about a long spine. And if you can get your chest just to soften down towards the floor, you should feel a really nice stretch through your upper back. Relax your head. You might have been here for a little bit, and then you'll slowly control when you come down. So no collapsing, slowly push away from the floor. We slowly come down to your knees. Here, if you need to take a breath, and no worries, you can come back to your child's pose at any time. Walk the hands forward. You can release your forehead down. So how you know when you need to come back to a child's pose is A, if you just feel like it, obviously, but B, if you start to feel like your breathing is becoming a little bit compromised. So you want that breath to be nice and smooth and long, because when the breathing can be calm, the mind can be calm. Yes. We're going to round up. We're going to do 2 more rounds of your postnatal, of your mama dog. Let's call it a mama dog. Okay, here again, fingers, toes. If you can lift your pelvic floor for support before you go up, awesome. From here, we're up and back. So this is what we're not going to do, yes? We don't want this to happen.
You're trying to pull down your heels, your upper back is rounding. We want knees bent, spine super long, like, that feels much better. And then if you can, to try and bring that rib cage up and breathing. If the backs of your legs are flexible enough, you can start to bring your heels down, but only if you can keep that long spine. If you start to bring your heels down and this starts to happen, no worries. Bend the knees, stay here. Breathing. You can stay here for as long or as little as you'd like, and then when you are ready to come down, you can slowly, with control, come down to your knees. Untuck your toes, come back to your child's pose, and then from here, work your wrists around. So wrist circles, because I know your wrists are sore from picking up babies. Wrist circles. And then let's try for one more. So we're here, tuck your toes, again, find your alignment. Remember your breathing, exhale, up, all the way back. Here is your, I'll give you an option from here, yes? If you're feeling really strong and you want to kind of challenge yourself a little bit more, you want to tone up those arms and get those legs stretching out a little bit more, bring your feet closer together. You're going to bend your knees, make sure your spine is really long. This is your intention. Keep that spine alignment. And then slowly, we're going to lengthen one leg up. As you lengthen that leg up, make sure your alignment, your spine stays long. You're lengthening through the leg. And then from here, and remember, don't worry about what I look like. From here, if you can get it, you're going to start to stretch the opposite heel down towards the floor. You're going to feel a big stretch here. Reach with the leg. Stretch the opposite heel down, and then slowly you're lengthening the leg to bring it back down. So no flopping down, yes? Reach up, and then stretch the leg longer as you take it down. And then the other side, you can take a break if you need it. Otherwise, you're reaching the leg up. From here, if you want to open your hip, it's up to you. But from here, lengthen the leg, and then start to reach that heel down towards the floor. You're going to feel a lot. Lots of spinal lengthening, lots of breathing, and then stretch the leg on the way down. Longer leg as it comes down. Take an inhale to prepare. No collapsing, ladies, and then slowly come back down to your knees. Whew. And then you'll take a couple of breaths. You can release your head down, take your hands back behind you, and then squeeze your hands to make fists. Come back to your breath. Even in your child's pose, see if you can keep that core connection breathing. So you're just going to basically sound like Darth Vader for 15 minutes, which is fine. It might elicit some joking from your partner, which I have had. And then when you're ready, we'll slowly come up. That's a lot. So if you felt like, ooh, I got a little bit shaky there, don't worry about it, yes? It'll come. One more thing, if your wrists are super sensitive, you want to fold your mats, and then really important here, you're placing, your fingers are off the mat and your palm is on the mat. So what that does is it gives you a little bit more elevation and decreases the angle of your wrists. Yeah, so this is really nice to do if you're feeling a little bit sensitive in the wrists. Okay, so I'm sure you're feeling a little bit more refreshed, maybe a bit shaky, that's okay. The last thing we're going to do today is we're going to do a really, really yummy neck massage. So this is for everyone. This is not just for moms. Everyone is going to enjoy this. So take your balls. So these are our movement therapy balls. There's the small size and the large size. You can use either size. You can use any ball you have at home. I really like the large ones, but it just depends on the size of your neck. So what you're going to do is you're going to lie down on your back. So this is great for just before you go to bed. Take your balls, just lie down on your back. So you're lying down.
we have the 2 balls. The first one we're going to do is we're going to use 2. You're going to place them so you bring them to center, place them behind the head, just like almost like a pillow. What you need to do here is you need to hold the balls a little bit so that they don't move around. We're here. You can bend the knees here. You can place them up on a chair. You can put your legs up on a wall, up to you. Whatever is the most comfortable. And then you're going to just give yourself a little bit of a press down into the balls, not too much. And then slowly just start to move your head from side to side. Side to side. And then you can move the balls around. This is very, very yummy. To side. You can move them further down your neck. And then you can play with taking your nose up and down. And you can use your hands and kind of press them together. Up and down. And then this is my favorite, is you circle your nose. So imagine your nose is like a big pen, and you're drawing the biggest circle you can on the ceiling, opposite direction. This is with 2. That feels so, so delicious. And then you can do this also with just 1. So if you just have 1, you can't find the other one because you hid it from your kids and now you can't find it. That's actually a real story. You can just place it to the base of your skull for a nice scalp massage. I'm holding it with my opposite hand, and then you just roll your head from side to side. This is great for when you've had a really stressful week and you're feeling a lot of tension building up in your head and your scalp. Maybe you're having a little bit of a tension headache. Very, very nice. Yes. Try and see if you can keep your core connection breathing here. Or not, or just leave it alone and give yourself a nice head and neck massage. All right, we're just coming up on our 18th minute here, so I am going to come on up.
The last things we're going to talk about before we end class today, and I said this in last week's video, is we're going to talk about one of the biggest mistakes that is made by new mothers trying to get back to their bodies. And this is something I really, really wanted to talk to you about because I see this over and over and over again. The biggest mistake that new mothers, especially when they really want to get back, they're like, oh, what's going on with my body? Why am I not back yet? Is going back too quickly and not giving themselves enough time to rest and recover. So and I'm speaking as someone who this is my living, is pre-postnatal yoga and Pilates. If you have half an hour and you're just utterly exhausted and you have the choice, or maybe an hour, between going to a class and just taking a nap, I would say take a nap. Let your body rest, let yourself recover, because rest is one of the most beneficial things to our bodies. And I'm telling you this as a fitness professional. So that is my big kind of the thing that I really wanted to share with you. Get rest. Try and at least get a little bit of shut-eye if you have a little bit of free time. And then when you're refreshed, you can come back to our videos, and anytime you want, join me here. So that is our class for today. Thank you so, so much for joining. Just a little reminder, if you're free on Saturday, this Saturday, January 19th, thank you, January 19th, we will be at the Hive Workspace on Sukhumvit 49 on Tonglar from 11 to 4 o'clock with our therapy balls. So come by and say hi. If you want to pick up a set for your husband or your parents, we'll be there. Also, let's not say if. I would love for you to think of one friend, one mom that you think could really, really benefit. Maybe they're at home, they just, they can't get out. please tag them in this video and share it with them, because that is the purpose of all this that we're doing here. I just want this information out there for moms to have so that they can come back safely, effectively, and yeah, that's it. So thank you so much for joining us. I will be here again next Thursday, 10 a.m. If you have any requests, please let me know. Yeah, and that's it. Have a wonderful week, ladies. Take good care of yourselves, and I'm looking forward to seeing you next week. Bye.